Cable chest fly is a great exercise for developing the chest musculature, mainly because there is a very consistent force on the musculature throughout the range of motion. Especially if you have a cable machine like this that has some kind of width to it, the angle that the load is pulling from is fractionally outwards. So if you have a cable machine that is wider than this, that can be more beneficial for developing chest musculature because you have to pull the cables in together as well as pushing them away from where the weight stack is coming from. So when you do a normal dumbbell fly, for example, you only have gravity affecting on you, which is directly down from your back. So by having this pulling inwards a little bit, it can just assist with the end range of motion here and this squeeze component of the exercise. However, the negative side to this is that it is potentially a little bit less stable because you have to have one leg forward, one leg back, and as a result of that, you have to use your whole torso to be able to stabilize yourself whilst doing the movement. So what we want to try and do is when you are allowing the weight to go back, think about a slow release and the hands moving apart first. Then try and let the elbows come back, and the whole time you're trying to keep this as the tension point. You're trying to make the chest do the work of slowly lowering the weight back, and then you're trying to get that stretch sensation through the chest musculature, so all the way from the sternum into the front of the shoulder here, there should be a stretch sensation across the front of the chest, and then you're trying to make this musculature do the work to push back up. A common thing here, actually, you can see me doing it slightly, is that people use momentum to get the initial part of the movement going. So what you want to try and do is keep yourself as steady as possible and make the musculature do the work from this stretched position rather than, very subtle movement here you can see, rather than just that change in body position, throwing your torso into it a little bit and allowing the torso to come back a little bit. That's effectively just not letting the chest musculature do the work as well. And so what we want to try and do when we're in this position is kind of hug a big tree. You want to outwardly swoop this cable and then make it come to the front. What we don't want to do is just draw a straight line with where the cable is coming from and coming to. Swoop the cable around like you're hugging a big tree, and that will potentially just assist a little bit more with making the chest musculature do the work rather than a coordinated effort from the chest and the shoulders and the triceps. That's typically why when you do a cable fly correctly, you will be lifting less weight than if you were to do a cable chest press in this very same position. The more you bend your elbows and the more your knuckles are in line with where the cable is coming from, the more it is a chest press compared to a chest fly.